From his comfortable restaurant at the Riverbend in New Orleans, Frank Brigtsen is, as much as anyone in the city, redefining Louisiana cooking. In 1998, he was awarded the long-overdue Best Chef Southeast by the James Beard Society. His entree is crab meat, spinach, and mushrooms in phyllo.
Then we're going to start by sauteing our ingredients. We're going to saute our mushrooms in whole butter. And today we have wild lobster mushrooms and wild chanterelle mushrooms. You can use shiitakes or whatever your preference is, or whatever you find available. And we're just going to saute the mushrooms for a couple of minutes, just until they begin to soften. Season with a little bit of our salt and pepper mixture.
This is salt, white pepper, and cayenne pepper.
Once our mushrooms begin to soften, we're going to pull them off the heat and transfer them to a plate to cool. And now we'll saute our spinach.
The fresh spinach is also cooked in butter and seasoned with the salt and pepper mixture.
Once it's wilted, we'll transfer our spinach to the plate with the mushrooms to cool. And now we'll saute our crab meat. We'll start again with a little softened, unsalted butter. We're going to add some thinly sliced green onions. And we're going to use two kinds of crab meat. We're going to use claw crab meat. This is from Louisiana Blue Crabs. And also jumbo lump crab meat, also from Louisiana Blue Crabs. I like to use a combination of claw and lump crab meat because each has a different flavor and a different texture, and I like to get that balance in every dish. We're going to add a little bit of our salt and pepper mixture. You want to saute the crab meat just until it's heated through. The crab meat is already cooked, and you just want to heat it through and not break it up too much.
The sautéed products are cooled and then enclosed in phyllo dough.
Lay it onto a clean, dry surface, and you want to brush this completely with melted butter. It's best to have the butter a little bit warm so that it's nice and runny, and that way you don't get too much butter in the pastry. A lot of this butter will cook out when you bake the pastry, but you have to butter every sheet so that it gets nice and flaky and golden brown. We're going to take another sheet and lay it on top of our first one, and you want to stagger it a little bit. Stagger the corners a little bit. Again, brush with butter. A third sheet. Again, staggering the corner a little bit. Repeat the buttering process. And finally, a fourth sheet of phyllo dough. Staggering the corners. Buttering. We're going to start with our cooled crab meat, which we've sauteed, just in the center of the pastry. Then we'll add our sauteed mushrooms right on top of the crab meat. And finally, our sauteed spinach right on top. Now what you want to do is carefully pick up the edges of your phyllo pastry, working with one hand. Gather up the edges, and then crimp, picking up the edges as you go around in a circular motion, just like making a little bundle or package. When you have all the edges gathered up, use your fingers to twist the top, crimping it like so, and that'll hold your pastry together while you bake. Now we want to take some more butter and gently brush the outsides and the bottom of the pastry.
Bake at 450 degrees for 20 to 25 minutes. The package is baked in a greased pie pan.
And phyllo dough is very delicate, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a coffee cup and a sheet of aluminum foil, mold the foil into a dome, and this will rest on top of our pastry to keep the edges of the top from burning.
The chef begins the sauce with butter.
Some finely diced shallots, very quickly sauteed, shelled pistachios, and these are julienne dried tomatoes. It's good to let the tomatoes soak in slightly warm water for a few minutes before you julienne them. That'll soften them up a little bit. Lightly sauteed, we'll add a little bit of our salt and pepper seasoning and some Chardonnay or dry white wine. I also like to add a little bit of white vinegar to give a little bit of tartness to the beurre blanc. Bring the wine to a boil. Let it reduce slightly. And then we'll finish the sauce by mounting it with a little bit of softened butter. When you add this butter, you want to shake the skillet vigorously back and forth so that it incorporates the butter into the sauce. And our pastry should be done. We'll take off our foil dome. You can see how the pastry is browned nice and evenly on all sides, not too dark. Nice and crispy and flaky. Right to the center of the plate. And for garnish, we'll take a blanched chive and just twist that around the top.